This week I came home and Bryn was emotional. I said, what in the world's going on? And she said that one of our children had said they don't like her anymore. How in the world could anyone say that about Brinny? And so I sat her down and we began to get to the bottom of this. And I did mention, well, sweetheart, you have been introducing way more vegetables than lately. Is that what this is about? No, you see, Christmas had just happened. And just like your home, I pray, God blessed our home. Gifts that have been wanted all year were given in one day. As a result of those gifts begin to be played with and cherished. Before you know it, over time, that gift becomes something it was never intended to be. That gift begins to take center in our hearts and in our minds. We begin to orient all of our activities. We begin to prioritize what we hear and what we consume in light of this gift. And so where once a simple request by mom was kind of immediately obeyed-ish, now all of a sudden a gift takes the priority. And so sure enough, as we begin to meet with one of our babies, that's exactly what happened. And then we begin to gently, but clearly, define the intent of this gift. You see, this gift was given by God, who is the greatest gift. And as a result of God's blessing upon our home, we were allowed to give you this gift as a means to glorify God and to celebrate God. Because you see, He wants your heart, and He placed inside your heart a desire for this gift. And God in His goodness, as a means to glorify Him, we were able to give it to you. But you see, this gift turned into something it was never intended and could never be. It turned into something that now has distracted you, has consumed you. You don't own this gift. This gift owns you. It's dangerous. It's a warning that will not end how you think it's going to end. And so until we see the Lord moving in your heart, and until you begin to obey and cherish your mom, you're not going to be playing with this gift for a little bit. And we'll see what God does. Hear. Understand with the intent to obey. You are to love and obey God above all else. Why? Look at the end of verse 4. Because the Lord our God, the Lord is one. You see, God's people are defined not by gifts, not by things, but by God, who sets our identity in light of His sovereignty and supremacy, who reminds us once and once again of who He is by what He does. He is the covenant-keeping God. He is the Redeemer God. He is the always faithful, ever-present God. Hear, O Israel, for the Lord our God is one. Amazingly, Yahweh, the divine name of God, Elohim, who is the Lord our God, Yahweh is one. You see, Moses, in this declaration of who God is, intends for its implication to have both theological and practical impact on our lives. Theologically, God is incomparable. Sin is not just the absence of God. Sin is us foolishly trying to make comparable something that could never be God Himself. He is not then the first of many gods. No, God is the one and only God. He is the Lord God Almighty. And that is why Moses passionately emphasizes that God's people are to acknowledge God in the way in which He deserves to be acknowledged, as the God. He is speaking here not of just God's supremacy. He is speaking then practically of a priority. God is to be first among all things.